one thing or many things. Okay, and we will look at a few scripture reference. Let me start by asking the question: how many of us in this hall, in this service today, you think you are a multitasker? You are multitasker. What does multitasking mean? Multitasking in general means you do more than one task, or you do more than one thing at the same time. You eat your lunch and you watch YouTube. Two things already. Okay? Multitask. You eat your lunch and you watch YouTube. Or you boil the soup in the kitchen and you go and do gardening at the same time, and you forget, and then your soup still nong boil until dry. So multitasking lah. That means you do more than one thing at the same time. I hope that nobody listened to sermon this morning and then you also look at TikTok. Okay, so how many of you think that you do multitasking one? Yeah? Okay, wow. Elder Bunho no one track mind yeah, sure or not? Yeah, I think most of us most of us, like just now I see the hand raise maybe 70%, 80%. Most of us multitask okay. And is it possible or not that we only do one thing at a time? Is it like, you feel comfortable just do one thing? Because some people do one thing at a time very boring, Correct? And also we think that different people different. I'm not talking about good or bad. I don't want later Elder Bunho later don't bring me out for lunch. I'll be very sad. Not joking. Yeah. So some of us think that just do one thing very boring, Lord. Or some of us think that just do one thing is not very productive because we could do more. We can achieve more. Yeah. So is it possible or not? And does it mean that do one thing, focus is better than doing many things? I'm just sort of an introductory comment. Okay. And yet often when we do too many things, I do not know what is too many some people when they open their laptop you don't know how many tabs is open one. You know what I'm talking about, right? Tab that means you may have a Google tab open and you are searching for something, and then you are doing a PowerPoint tab, another thing, and then you have a Word tab open somewhere, and then you also have your WhatsApp open somewhere, you minimize them, So some of us open many tabs one. Some of us handphone also open many tabs. So once a while my wife will say, my handphone hang cannot, my handphone is hang, Then I realized that she opened 20 tabs, never closed. I said, sure lah, when so many tabs open already, sure slow lah. You understand what I'm trying to say? So therefore, many things can actually cause us to be distracted, and many things can actually cause us to be spread too thin. That means our concentration not there, and in the analogy of the handphone cannot handle so many tabs that we already opened, unless your handphone very good and very canggih And actually we are talking about focus. Focus. If we do one thing, generally our focus is better and clearer. But this morning we will look at 4 passages of scripture, and we will look at, in these 4 passages of scripture, 4 examples. One thing I ask, that's the word of the psalmist. One thing I need, or you need, the words of Jesus, we'll look at it later. And then one thing I do, the words of Paul. And then one thing you lack, or I lack, the words of Jesus Christ again.